All right, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of M3. Um, it's going to be a pure NFL podcast this week. Um, there were a lot of stuff that happened in the last week, so I figured we might as well just get on top of those uh, topics. So starting off, we got Aaron Rodgers re-signing with Green Bay for 4 years, $200 million. 153 of that is guaranteed.
That's it's crazy, especially now that it's the new highest contract ever.
Yeah.
Highest paid player in history now.
So, you being a Broncos fan, were you upset when you heard that he was staying with Green Bay?
At the beginning, yes, but then I heard about what we'll talk about next with Wilson going to the Broncos. But that's just because I didn't want Drew Lock to be our quarterback. We would have, nothing against Drew Lock, but he won't be able to carry our team. So
I agree. So, Aaron Rodgers, he resigns, all of that fun stuff. What do you do with Jordan Love? Do you hold on to him for the 4 years of Aaron Rodgers' contract now, or do you try to trade him and get another draft pick to draft a quarterback in 4 years when you think that you're ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers?
I feel like them trading Jordan would be a good way to get a pick, just where they can get even a late draft QB in 4 years. They can work it up to be a really good QB.
Mm-hmm.
And they can learn the team really well to where when they get in, it's just pretty much just a smooth transition from Rodgers to whoever is next.
Do you think that Aaron Rodgers is able to win any big games within the next 4 years, or do you think it's going to turn into another choke fest?
I don't even know. I say with everything that's happening right now, there's a whole bunch of team changes that are bound to happen as well. So it's kind of just up in the air right now. But I think I'm just gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, saying he'll get there. He'll get
Do you think he gets one more Super Bowl?
Either that or all 4 years gets late round playoffs.
You think he's gonna choke in the NFC Championship all 4 years again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can honestly see it too. Going back to the Jordan Love thing, I do think that they trade him, and I think that the perfect candidate would probably be either Indianapolis or Cleveland. Cleveland is pretty dead set on not re-signing Baker Mayfield, so I think Jordan Love would be a good addition there. Indianapolis, they just traded Carson Wentz, which we'll talk about later. So Indianapolis is no longer has a quarterback, but rumor has it they're in talks about Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo would be a fun thing in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
But I do think that Jordan Love could be successful in either Indianapolis or Cleveland.
Yeah.
So those are the two teams that I would think. Because I don't think Green Bay trades
There's
him to
not
another.
really any other teams that really need a new quarterback.
So we say that, but we got teams with older quarterbacks like Minnesota. Kirk Cousins is 34. So having Jordan Love go to Minnesota would be pretty nice, but because they're division rivals with Green Bay, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. I agree.
All right. So next up is Russell Wilson to the Broncos. When you first heard the news, what was your immediate reaction as a Broncos fan?
I like it. He's a faster. He's pretty much a better Tim Tebow. He's an elusive quarterback, but he's also really powerful. Not saying Tebow was he was good for the Broncos, but there's been better quarterbacks for the Broncos. but I feel like Wilson's going to be able to
Russell
put up a fight with them.
Russell Wilson right now, without even playing a game for Denver though, is already their third best quarterback.
Yeah.
The only quarterbacks I'm putting above Russell Wilson right now in Denver are John Elway and Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is already number 3.
Yeah. Like, who would you put at 4 and 5?
Number 4, Jay Cutler.
Alright.
And number 5, probably Greasy. So Jerry Jeudy, the day Russell Wilson got traded, he started off his day with hearing the news about Aaron Rodgers re-signing in Green Bay, and his immediate reaction to that was just a shrug face, like, "Are you serious? You didn't get him to get to Denver." Was that your reaction at first as well?
Yeah.
And then a few hours later, he gets the news that Russell Wilson is getting traded to Denver, and he said, "Oh snap, we lit," with a smirky face. Is that about what your reaction was too, or were you like way more pumped up like a kid in a candy store?
I was kind of like in between that. It wasn't like really like hyped about it. Like, I like that idea. I like that Russell's coming over here, but at the same time, it's not. I'm not gonna overhype, but I'm also not just gonna shrug it off. Like, it's just. But yeah, so.
Do you think it was overkill getting rid of Noah Fant?
No.
Or are you okay with losing a tight end because you got Russell Wilson?
Yeah, losing Noah Fant, like Noah Fant, he's like a good guy, but didn't need him.
That's fair.
Because if anything, we throw one of our receivers out into like slot.
You guys got Jake Butt.
Yeah.
But nah, your guys' first round pick got sent over there. That was a 9th overall pick, so that's gonna be a pretty significant, like, no first round pick there. With Russell Wilson being in his 30s, do you feel like you should have tried to trade away later first round picks, or do you think the deal was not going to be done unless it was a pick this year?
I feel like if we wanted it for sure, it needs to be that quick one, but we probably could have like negotiated a little bit better than just being like, we lost Aaron Rodgers, let's just throw early first round for Russell. But yeah, it's just they should have thought about it more, try to negotiate more with Seahawks.
So Von Miller has been teasing a lot about coming back to Denver, but I just read something earlier today that Denver, with the Russell Wilson trade, no longer has the money to try and re-sign Von Miller, or try to sign back Von Miller for the amount of money that Von Miller is asking for. Do you think Von Miller takes the pay cut to play in Denver again? Or do you think that he's going to go for the money and re-sign with the Rams?
I feel like his smart choice would be to go back with Denver because that's where he blew up. That's where he got his name. So he goes back there. Who knows what happens? He blows up even more and he gets a whole bunch of better offers for trades a little bit later and gets a lot more money a few years down the line. But I feel like he will do that.
You think he goes back to Denver?
Yeah.
So, on top of Russell Wilson being traded, Bobby Wagner was unfortunately cut by Seattle.
So, free agency now?
Yep, he is a free agent. He was there for 10 years, and he wasn't even told by the team that he was cut. He found out through social media that he was cut.
Jeez.
In, like, without any bias, where do you think Bobby Wagner goes?
I know they don't have the money for it, but I feel like if he wanted to, he'd just follow Wilson.
I don't think that happens at all.
I mean, what?
I said realistically.
Realistically?
Yes, realistically. Where do you think Bobby Wagner realistically goes? Stop.
Mama.
I feel like he would just kind of sit until he gets an offer. But if he doesn't, I feel like he'll retire after like maybe a year of free agency.
He's getting an offer. He's still an all-pro linebacker.
How old is he right now?
He's in his 30s. But he's still either 1 or 2 in the league.
Either Bengals or Bucks. One of the teams that can, again, get him up there in the rankings.
How are the Bucks going to get him up in the rankings?
They just
don't
lost
have
Brady.
Tom Brady anymore.
Yeah, I just remember that. So probably Bengals because they're comfortable with money still, even though they have a lot of like high name players. They still have enough money to get a couple really good players. So if he goes there, it's pretty much a guaranteed he'll get high playoffs with how they were playing last season. So.
And having him on defense is just going to make that playoff run even better.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe Bobby Wagner on that Bengals defense. Maybe the Rams don't play as good as.
Yeah.
All right. So Seattle, they have pick 9. Are they taking a quarterback like Malik Willis in the draft at number 9? Are they trading that pick, or do you think that they're just going to grab a vet in free agency or through trade, and that's going to be their guy for a little bit until they get another draft class with the quarterback that they like?
I think that's a hard say because there's so many different things he could do. They could trade it away. They can get a good player for that pick. That's 9th pick.
Any first-round pick you can get a good player for.
Yeah, and it could be literally almost any player. Or they just draft a new QB since they just lost Russell Wilson. Even though they got what's his face? But
or do you think that they even try to use Drew Lock?
I would laugh if they just stuck him on bench the whole season. They could even just cut him and get money. But yeah, I think they're gonna try to draft for a good QB because they can get a really good QB that early.
If they draft any quarterback, I think they take Malik Willis out of Liberty.
Or they draft a new middle linebacker. Because if you were watching the combines for this draft, there's some really quick linebackers. There was 350-pound dudes running sub-5 40s, and that was crazy.
350-pound O lineman running a 4.7 40.
Yeah.
4.8 40. That's crazy. That's faster than some quarterbacks that we have in the NFL right now.
But, yeah.
I do agree. I do think Seattle takes Malik Willis. He's predicted to go 15th, but Seattle just lost their star quarterback.
Yeah.
Drew Lock is not going to be the answer at quarterback. Geno Smith is a free agent. I do think that they take Malik Willis at 9.
Take Malik and then just cut Drew?
Nah, keep Drew. Veteran presence on the bench.
Yeah.
I'll take a veteran presence on the bench any day.
Yeah.
So, Carson Wentz got traded. He's going to the Washington Commanders. They traded two third-round picks for him.
I think that's fair. That's a fair trade.
So, for 2 third-round picks, I kind of agree, but I still think that's an overpayment for just Carson Wentz. I think it was...
They should have taken like Carson Wentz and then a backup that they have. Like, they don't really need a person, but to make that trade more fair, they should grab a backup that they would like need eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it's a third string, they can take them, build them up while all the starters are in, and then they can, once the starters either retire or get cut or traded away, they have that person again ready to just hop in.
So the Colts, to get Carson Wentz last season, traded a 3rd-round pick and a 2nd-round pick. So obviously his value went down because he was just traded for 2 3rd-round picks.
I mean,
but
every year.
Hold on. When you look at what the Eagles freaking traded for Carson Wentz, they moved on to the 2nd overall pick, and freaking, you just got to think about how many freaking draft picks they had to give up. So, looking back at it, it was the 2016 NFL draft. The Eagles trade their number 8 pick, the number 77 pick, which was their 3rd-round pick, and their 4th-round pick for 2016, along with a 2017 first-rounder and a 2018 second-rounder for the number 2 pick, which turned out to be Carson Wentz, and a 2017 4th-round pick. They traded away so much for a quarterback they got 2 healthy seasons for, and then a couple of playoff runs that were finished off by Nick Foles. Yeah, they got a Super Bowl, congrats, but that was because of Nick Foles in the playoffs.
Do you think now that he's gone, they're just going to play Nick Foles starter full time?
Nick Foles plays in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, the quarterback in Philadelphia is Jalen Hurts.
Oh, yeah. But they lost so much just for him.
Yeah. The Eagles
I'm still trying to comprehend how much it was.
The Eagles gave up so much for Carson Wentz, and then they ended up getting a 2nd-round pick and a 3rd-round pick for Carson Wentz from Indianapolis, and now Indianapolis just got 2 3rd-rounders from the Commanders. So it's like, is Carson Wentz bad, or are teams just giving up on him way too fast? The Eagles gave him a shot, and he just didn't perform the way they wanted him to. And then frickin' the Colts weren't even bad last year. Carson Wentz wasn't terrible. He was a pretty good starter, but they're not looking for a pretty good starter. If they were doing that, they would have just kept Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of leads up to our next topic. Who do the Colts pick up? This is like this next season. This is going to be their 5th different starting quarterback going into week 1 in 5 years. We talked about Jordan Love. We talked about Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe they shock everybody and go after Kirk Cousins?
You burped? Okay. I wouldn't put it past them to do that, go after Kirk, but I feel like they most likely will go after Jordan Love. He's a good player, but he wouldn't be as expensive as Kirk Cousins or the other one.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
So I think that they probably go after one of those guys. Personally, I think Indianapolis should go with Jimmy Garoppolo. I really do think that's the case. He's a proven veteran. He's
He'd look good in blue.
He's a good starter. He'd look good in any color.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Jimmy Garoppolo, I think he should go to. I think Indianapolis needs to find out a move that gets them Jimmy Garoppolo. But I also think that they end up drafting a quarterback in the 3rd or 4th round. Use the 3rd round pick they got from the Commanders to pick up a quarterback to play behind Jimmy Garoppolo and try to see if they can do something with that guy.
Yeah.
I don't think that they go for Deshaun Watson. I don't think they have the trade assets to try and get Deshaun Watson. Especially losing Carson Wentz. Like, they would have to give up key pieces to that roster.
17 right arms.
17 right arms, their coach's big toe, and
their biggest black cock.
But yeah, they'd have to give up basically their entire team for a quarterback, and I don't think that he's going to want to go into a position where he has to rebuild. Yeah. Speaking of Deshaun Watson, that is our next topic. So, obviously, Deshaun Watson did not play last year. He had the 22 lawsuits against him from the women claiming sexual misconduct. There was a grand jury that has just stated that he's not getting criminally charged, which means he can play again next season. The Texans and him have agreed that they are they are moving on, so they are going to be taking calls for Deshaun Watson. Where do you realistically see Deshaun Watson going, and where do you want to see Deshaun Watson go?
I know last podcast I talked about this team quite a bit for their rebuild, the Lions.
You don't think the Lions give Jared Goff 1 more year? 2 more years?
I mean, even if they played them both, like, hand in hand, both, like, switching off games, pretty much.
That'd be terrible.
Giving them both time.
That would be terrible.
You think so?
The players aren't going to be able to get used to a quarterback. You got to think about it. Quarterbacks use different systems. Quarterbacks are going to use different systems to guarantee success for them. So I think that Dan Campbell's system, which is the coach of the Lions, I think Jared Goff can actually be really successful in that system. He just needs a little more time. So, personally, I think Deshaun Watson, he wanted to go to Miami. He wanted to go there because Brian Flores. With Brian Flores getting axed from Miami and all that drama that happened in Miami, I don't see him going there. But
he's gonna replace my QB.
But Brian Flores is in Pittsburgh now. Pittsburgh just lost Ben Roethlisberger to retirement. They don't have another quarterback to step into the role of quarterback aside from frickin' Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins. I say Pittsburgh should just trade their 1st round pick, their 2nd round pick, and then probably a 2nd round pick and a 1st round pick in the later years and try to get Deshaun Watson. You're probably going to have to add something on defense, maybe even an offensive lineman. But I think that the Steelers should try to get Deshaun Watson because, I don't know, he wanted to play with Brian Flores in the first place. Why not let him do it now?
That's a smart trade, doing the 1st round and 2nd round now, and then a later 1st round.
Like a couple in the future.
Yeah, even if it's a couple years from now, 3 years from now, even. Deshaun Watson will be good for that team. Will be good for them. So it'd be like, it's a good investment right there.
Yeah.
Like, granted, they can use those for any position, but even then, it wouldn't have the knowledge of a quarterback who's been in for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the smartest trade for them to do. That would be their smartest move. That would be a good fit for Deshaun Watson.
So I thought we would mix it up a little bit and we could do a little NFL trivia. And
I'm gonna suck at this.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions, and you're gonna give me an answer. You get 3 guesses, and then you will end up finding out the answer.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna go like 0 for how many ever we do.
Frank Reich. What team is he the head coach for?
The Bills.
No.
Is it AFC or NFC?
AFC.
I don't even know why I asked that. That doesn't even help me.
AFC South.
So it's South. Is AFC West Coast or East Coast?
That's not how it works.
Oh, dang.
No looking it up.
No, let's clear.
Put your phone down.
Chargers.
No. That's AFC West.
Texans.
No. Same division though. He's the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts. Let's see. Which team chose David Carr, not Derek Carr, David Carr, first overall in the 2002 NFL draft? This is before you were born.
The Giants.
No.
Dang it.
Same colors, though.
Bills?
Same colors.
What's another one? The only other one that I can think of is the Texans.
That is it?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess Patriots would be same colors as well.
Let's see. Who did the New York Jets draft in the first round of the 2018 NFL draft? He is a quarterback and he went to USC.
Is he still playing?
Yes. But he is not on the Jets.
Is he a starter?
Kind of.
Did he fill in for somebody who was starting?
No, somebody filled in for him.
I don't even know.
Sam Darnold.
Oh.
Where did Leonard Fournette play college football?
Virginia.
No.
Florida.
No.
Is it East Coast or West Coast?
It is East Coast, and it is close to Florida.
Georgia?
No. Louisiana State University.
LSU?
Yep.
Come here, buddy.
Let's see. Who won the Defensive Rookie of the Year award in 2011?
2011?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know them?
Yes.
Do I like them?
A lot.
Khalil Mack.
No. Khalil Mack was not drafted for a few years later.
Oh. Can I get the team that they're on now?
Free agent.
just became free agent?
Yes.
Bobby Wagner.
No.
Dang it.
He was drafted 2 years later.
Okay, go to sleep. Who is it? I feel like I'm gonna feel so dumb after you say it.
You got one more guess.
The only other person I can think of that would be Vaughn.
It is Vaughn.
Oh.
Von Miller. Let's see. In the 2012 NFL Draft, what overall pick was Robert Griffin III?
RG3. Was he a first round?
Yes.
I'm gonna go pick 17.
No.
A lot earlier?
Yes.
Pick 3?
No.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Was he a first round pick? Or first pick?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
He was the second overall pick.
Dang it!
He was picked right after Andrew Luck.
Oh.
What was John Elway's jersey number that Denver retired?
You okay? Do you want to lay on the bed? I feel like I should know this. 13.
No.
Is it high number?
No. He's a quarterback.
So it's under 10. I'm gonna go 7.
That is correct.
Okay, good.
Damn. Your football knowledge is
Better than you thought?
struggling.
Oh, but still better than you thought?
Let's see. You on Daddy. Lay down, baby. In 2019, Lamar Jackson became the second player in NFL history to be named as the unanimous MVP. Who was the first? Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Marshall Faulk?
Aaron Rodgers.
Wrong. I almost said wrong.
So it's not Brady.
It was Brady.
Oh, what?
Yep.
I would just feel like that answer was like too obvious.
In 2000, who became the first team to make 4 first-round picks in the same draft?
I gotta go with a team that sucks.
So it's Cleveland.
Oh, it's multiple choice? Okay.
Yeah. All of these ones are going to be multiple choice.
Okay.
Cleveland, the Jets, Tampa Bay, or the Redskins?
Tampa.
Wrong.
Stop doing that.
It was the New York Jets.
You know, if you didn't say it was multiple choice, I would have gone with Jaguars.
Jamarcus Russell went first overall in the 2007 NFL Draft. Who was picked second overall? Calvin Johnson, Joe Thomas, Reggie Bush, Adrian Peterson.
Reggie Bush.
Wrong. Calvin Johnson.
I gotta go with my gut. I keep overthinking all of these.
Which year did the Houston Texans play their first season in the NFL? 2000, 2001, 2002, or 2003?
2001.
That is wrong. It was 2002. Who won the Super Bowl MVP award when the Pittsburgh Steelers won in 2009? Ben Roethlisberger, Hines Ward, Heath Miller, or Santonio Holmes?
Hines Ward.
Wrong. Santonio Holmes.
Who's that?
He was a wide receiver who caught the game-winning catch in the back of the end zone versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Huh.
Which team won the first ever Super Bowl in 1967? Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers, Buffalo Bills.
Green Bay Packers.
You finally got one correct.
Yes, I knew that one too.
The starting quarterback of that team was Bart Starr. He was the first ever Super Bowl MVP.
Bart Simpson?
In 1973, Fred Dryer became the first player to score 2 safeties in one game. Which team was he on when this happened? Atlanta Falcons, Los Angeles Rams, Minnesota Vikings, 49ers.
Minnesota Vikings.
Wrong. He was with the Los Angeles Rams.
LA Rams weren't a thing back then.
Yes, they were.
When was this? Wait, when was this?
73.
1973?
Yeah.
LA Rams? No.
Yes.
I thought...
They were LA, St. Louis, back to LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In 2013, which quarterback broke a record for throwing a pick six in 4 straight games? Matt Schaub, Eli Manning, Jay Cutler, John Kitna.
Jay Cutler.
Wrong. It was Matt Schaub. Who finished their career with more rushing yards, Eric Dickerson or Marshall Faulk?
Marshall Faulk.
Wrong. It was Eric Dickerson.
Gosh.
You've gotten one question correct.
Hey, it's better than I thought I was going to do.
In 2007, which kicker broke the record for most field goals in a single game with 8? Adam Vinatieri, Nate Kading, Rob Baronis, Steven Gotskowski.
Steven Gotskowski.
Wrong. It was Rob Baronis. Who won the Super Bowl MVP award when the Green Bay Packers won in 1997? Brett Favre, Desmond Howard, Antonio Freeman, Andre Rison.
Andre Rison.
Wrong. Desmond Howard.
Dang it.
Alright. You can ask me some questions now and I'll try to answer them.
Which number did the legendary Jim Brown wear for the Cleveland Browns?
32.
Wrong.
What?
42.
You're lying.
Oh. True or false? Emmitt Smith was a top 10 pick in the 1990 NFL draft.
False?
Correct. Which team won the most Super Bowls in the 1970s? Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers, Miami Dolphins, or Washington Redskins?
Dallas Cowboys.
Wrong. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Damn.
In 1965, Gil Sayers set a record for the most touchdowns scored in a rookie season. How many touchdowns did Sayers have that year? 18, 20, 22, or 24?
22.
Correct. Which quarterback holds the record for the most career interceptions thrown? Brett Favre, George Blanda, John Howe, Vinny Testosterone.
Brett Favre.
You're right. I just clicked the wrong one. How many total receiving yards did Jerry Rice finish his career with? 28.95, 21.895, 22.895, or 23.895?
21.895. It's 22, isn't it?
It's 22.
Damn it.
In 1993, the Buffalo Bills overcame a 35-3 deficit in the AFC wildcard game. Before coming back to win, which team was this against? Cleveland Browns, Houston Oilers, New York Jets, or Oakland Raiders?
Which year was this?
1993.
I'm going to say the Oilers.
Correct. Who finished their career with more interceptions, Deion Sanders or Ed Reed?
Neon Dion, baby.
Wrong, Ed Reed.
All right.
Terry Crews was selected in the 11th round of the 1991 NFL Draft. Which team picked him?
Chargers.
Wrong, LA Rams.
Frick. I knew it was in LA.
In 1990, which of these players broke the record for the most sacks in a single game with 7? Lawrence Taylor, Michael Strahan, Derek Thomas, Ricky Jackson.
Derek Thomas.
Correct. Who finished their career with more NFL regular season MVP award wins? Brett Favre or Joe Montana?
Brett Favre.
Correct. How many Super Bowls did Barry Sanders play in during his career?
Sadly, it was 0.
Correct. Which team did the Tennessee Titans pull off the Music City Miracle against in 2000? Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, New York Giants, or Seattle Seahawks?
I believe it was the New England Patriots.
Buffalo
Bills, damn.
Which team won Super Bowl 25 in 1991? Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, San Francisco 49ers, or Washington Redskins?
I'm going to go San Fran. Giants, damn.
Which of these kickers is the NFL's all-time leader in field goals made? Morton Anderson, Adam Vinatieri, Gary Anderson, or John Carney?
It's between the first two. I'm going to say Morton Anderson, but I think it's Adam. It is Adam, damn it.
Which of these players is the only person to play on 3 consecutive Super Bowl winning teams? Charles Haley, Matt Millen, Ken Norton Jr., or Joe Montana?
I'm going to say Charles Haley. Ken Norton Jr.
Donovan McNabb was selected 2nd overall in the 1999 NFL Draft. Which quarterback was selected ahead of him?
Peyton Manning.
Tim Couch.
Wait, did that say 2nd overall or 2nd round?
2nd overall.
Oh.
True or false? Lamar Jackson was selected in the 2nd round of the NFL Draft.
False. He was drafted with the 32nd pick in the 1st round.
True or false? John Madden never had a losing record during his 10 seasons
That's
as
true.
an NFL. Really? Dang. Who won more Super Bowls during their career, Eli or Peyton?
They both won the same amount.
Who was the first ever defensive player to win the Super Bowl MVP award? Chuck Howley, Larry Brown, Ray Lewis, or Richard Dent?
I'm gonna say Larry Brown, but I think it was Ray Lewis. Oh, it was
Chuck
not
Howley.
my answer either.
Which team did Jerry Rice play his last NFL game for?
Seattle Seahawks.
In 1992, which team started the season 0-4 and went on to still win the division? Arizona Cardinals, Kansas City Chiefs, San Diego Chargers, or Minnesota Vikings?
I'm gonna go Minnesota. Chargers, alright.
Who made more Pro Bowls during their career, Ray Lewis or Tony Gonzalez?
I'm gonna say Tony G. Yeah.
The New York Giants have retired the number 56 in honor of which player?
Lawrence Taylor. LT.
That boy. Which round was Drew Brees selected in the 2001 NFL Draft? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th?
I think it was 4th. 2nd. Wow, I was way off.
True or false? Champ Bailey won a Super Bowl during his career.
False. Sadly.
Which team won Super Bowl 10 in 1976?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah. How many years must a player be retired for them to be eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I believe it's 5.
Which player was selected?
I was correct, by the way.
Yeah. Which player was selected earlier in the 2013 draft? Zach Ertz or Travis Kelce?
Ertz. I was correct again. He sucks at letting you know.
Sorry, tired. What year did the first Madden video game come out? It was called John Madden Football.
I believe 1988.
Yeah?
Heck yeah.
What was the final team that Vince Lombardi coached in the NFL? Bengals, Packers, Raiders, or Redskins?
I think it was still the Packers. It was the Redskins. That's crazy.
Who was selected earlier in the 2011 NFL Draft? J.J. Watt or Julio Jones?
Can you say Julio? Alright.
Correct. Who was the NFL commissioner before Roger Goodell?
I believe it was Rozelle.
Paul Tagliabue.
That's what.
Jake Long was selected 1st overall in the 2008 NFL Draft. Who was selected 2nd overall?
It was Chris Long.
Correct. True or false? Nick Saban didn't have a winning season during his time in the NFL.
It's Nick Saban, and that is true.
Saban, yes.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Who is credited with doing the first ever Lambeau leap? Eugene Robinson, Leroy Butler, Edgar Bennett, or Sterling Sharp?
I'm gonna say Leroy Butler.
Correct.
Nice.
Who was selected 1st overall in the 2000 NFL Draft? Michael Vick, Courtney Brown, LeVar Arrington, or David Carr?
I think it was Courtney Brown.
Mama.
Which team was the first to win 6 Super Bowls? New England Patriots, Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think it was San Fran.
Mama.
Pittsburgh.
23 out of 50.
And most of them are because of
Decent
me.
job. Yeah, I think 22 of them.
Alright, let me see.
Which position should you play in football? Well, I'm going to do this. Where does your favorite number fall? 20 to 49. Which of these would you say that you are the best at? Tackling, catching, speed, throwing, kicking, blocking.
None of this.
I'll do catching. Choose the word that best describes you. Strong or smart?
Smart.
Okay. You just call me weak. Which of these interests you the most? Kicking the game-winning field goal, running for an 80-yard rushing touchdown, making a spectacular catch in the end zone, catching an interception, sacking the quarterback, throwing a touchdown pass, keeping my quarterback safe by not allowing them to get tackled. I'm going to say sacking the quarterback. Offense or defense? I'm going to go defense. Choose your favorite offensive player in the NFL. I always cheer for the kicker. I'll go Christian McCaffrey. Choose your favorite defensive player in the NFL. Where is it? Dang, it's not there. Let's go Tyrann Mathieu. Which of these offensive positions do you think that you'd be terrible at?
Quarterback.
Kicker. That'd suck. I'd be better at quarterback than kicker. Which of these defensive positions do you think that you'd be terrible at? Safety. Yo, that's the position I played. D-line. You want to do it?
Nah. That was a really big waste of time. Nobody can really see what you're doing on the screen. You kind of just sat there and did a quiz for no reason. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about.
You could have stopped me sooner.
I kind of just wanted to see how far you'd actually go, and then you actually ended up finishing it. That was weird, man. Do you feel accomplished?
That's my D-line brain.
What brain?
Exactly. Alright.
Oh my gosh.
I think we're going to call that a night. Alright. Well, see you guys next week. Talk to you guys next week. Bye, guys.